Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look at the new Hearthstone expansion just announced here at Blizzcon. That was the Descent of Dragons. As we know, we're at the Year of the Dragons, and there was very little dragons so far. So this is making up for that lack of dragons with a massive amount of dragons. The trailer was filled with dragons. The picture, as we see here, has tons of dragons. I really like the trailer. It was very, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of action, which I liked in comparison to our previous trailer that we had for Saviors. Lots of exciting stuff. So there's two big announcements. One's going to be the new game mode, which I'll cover in another video because that's just so much content to take a look at. This video will just be covering what can we expect with the new expansion on, a card horizon, an adventure mode horizon, what's going on with Arena. So let's take a look. Of course, there's a trailer on the main page. There's, of course, a new board. As we know, every time a new expansion comes out, we get a new board and new things to play with. Introducing the new legendary dragon that's actually going to be found for a variety of different classes, which we'll get into. He's Gala the Nightmare. He's one of the legendary dragons, and we're taking a look at the rogue one right now, and it's Battle Cry. Draw one card, it costs 0. Invoke twice to upgrade, so actually it can be upgraded whether it's in your hand or still in your deck if you cast cards that say Invoke, which we'll get to. And then his new hero power that we'll get is add a lackey to your hand, which will replace the normal rogue hero power. If we take a look at what's Invoke, cards will like these will say Invoke, so it's a 5 mana 4/5 taunt Battle Cry Invoke. Gala, which will mean, of course, he will turn into his upgraded version, which would be Battle Cry, draw 2 cards, they cost 0. And then if you upgrade him a second time, he actually goes into his final form, which is draw 4 cards, they cost 0, and he equips a 5/2 claw. Plus you get his the new hero power, which summons a lackey to your hand. So again, each time you play an Invoke, these cards will upgrade. Cards with Invoke will kind of look like this. A 3 mana, deal 3 to an undamaged character. Invoke, obviously a very powerful card. Taking a look at, speaking of the upgrades, so here's the first one right here would be draw 1. The second's draw 2. The third, like I mentioned, was draw 4. They cost all 0, which is very, very good. And then equipped a 5/2 claw. So obviously you want to get him in his final form. And then also when you play him, you get that hero power of making lackeys. Also, instead of main quests now, there are side quests. So looking at this mage side quest here, we have spend 8 mana on spells, reward summon a 6/6 dragon. So much more obtainable. As we know, the mage quest right now, I believe it's play 10 spells, which is a lot. By the time this normally gets done, the game is over, and it's very slow. So stuff like this, spend 8 mana on spells, it's really not that big of a deal. That's something we can easily do before hopefully turn 6, and just from doing that, we can get ourselves a 6/6 dragon. So side quests, again, not as powerful, but a lot easier to accomplish, and this is the mage one we see here. Also, dragons, as it would be very unwise of them to say it's going to be the Year of the Dragons, it's going to be a dragon expansion without actually showing a badass dragon. So we have the new USERRA. It's a 9 mana 4/12 dragon, just like the original basic set USERRA, and it says Battle Cry, shuffle 7 dream portals into your deck. When drawn, summon a random dragon. So it actually could be really, really good, or pretty bad. Fairy dragon versus maybe a Deathwing are two big examples of, like, the high rolliness or the low rolliness. But either way, a really interesting card. Looks to be a very fun card, and I really like the portrait of it. It kind of adds a lot of pizzazz, a lot of spice to USERRA. The old one, we've been looking at it for 5+ years. This is a fresh new take on her, and I like it. I mean, the stat line, this is going to be a hard card to get through. Obviously it'll be good in like a druid dragon deck. I don't know how competitive this will be, but it's definitely what looks to be a really fun card to maybe see what we can come up with on it. Also, with all of these dragons, there's going to be new dragon synergies. So for example, let's take a look at the shaman dragon card, where it's a 3 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion, and if you're holding a dragon, also deal it to its neighbors. This card is insane. This is a 3 mana, deal basically upwards of 12 damage if you have a dragon, which is craziness. I mean, for 3 mana, that's like nothing. Granted, we can only use this spell on minions, but still, like, this is like obviously an auto include into any dragon shaman deck, which I don't know how good that'll be, but if it continues to have cards like this, it's going to be really, really powerful. Moving down, pre-purchase, obviously at the beginning of their expansion, there's a pre-purchase. I believe it's already available that they mentioned. They have a 100-pack one and a 60-pack one, so depending, on how you're going to do that, they cost 2 different prices. I don't know how much they cost. It doesn't have a cost here, but I'm sure if you can click on it, it'll tell you real quickly. Also, the rewards for logging in to Hearthstone and getting stuff, these are the biggest rewards I think they've ever given. So if you log into Hearthstone in the first 90 days of the expansion coming out, you'll actually get all 5 of the Gala cards that we talked about, the upgradable ones. So it looks like there's a priest, a warlock, a rogue, a warrior, and a shaman. You're actually going to get all of these for free for logging on. That's 5 legendaries for free. Again, we only know what the rogue one does, which we covered earlier, but I can assume all of them hopefully be pretty powerful and playable. So again, if you just log on, you have 90 days to do it. You'll actually get a shit ton of good stuff, which, you know, hopefully these are pretty good cards. Also, if you have the BlizzCon virtual ticket, you got this guy for free. I don't think this card is that powerful, but again, it's a free legendary if you just got the BlizzCon ticket anyway. New solo adventure. Obviously, with the new expansion, we get solo adventures. They normally come out a little bit after the expansion, after we've played with the cards, and it kind of just freshens things up, adds a little bit more things that we can do in the game. And then from there, we have the arena rotation. So as we know, again, new expansion, arena rotates a little bit, and there'll be new sets to play with an arena, which I wish they would add a new mode in Hearthstone, which basically standard ladder, but every month or maybe every couple months it would change what, you know, sets we could play with on ladder, and I think that would be really fun. But they did add a new mode, which again we will cover in the other video because it's a lot, and this is already a lot of information. And then besides that, that's going to wrap up everything that they have for the new set, besides, again, the new like auto chess mode, which will be in the other video. So with that, I'm really excited about this new expansion. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool, and I look forward to playing a lot of dragon decks. So with that, thanks you for watching, and love to hear what you have to say about this because I am pretty stoked. With that, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and happy whatever the hell day it is.